Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a different kind of read. It's really early in the morning, and because I typically draw every morning for myself, I've been thinking of using this daily practice and putting it on the channel. So obviously it won't be a personal reading for me, but I enjoy taking the first few moments of the morning to get a message. So what I'm saying is that I'm sharing it with you this time around. So as you can see or tell, my voice is a little croaky. It's normal. I haven't spoken yet. It's really early. So let's just start. I would like to use the Tao. So typically these readings, I let the cards decide what the message will be, which is often how I work. Not necessarily imposing any theme or questions, except maybe as we develop the reading, right? So. What is this? It's a French card. It says La dispersion. It means to be scattered, or at least dissemination, maybe, or I think it might even be the same word in English, but it means things to start scattering and going in all directions, as you can see from this picture. It speaks of diffuse negativity, but it's also bringing back harmony. It's circulation, revitalization, dissolution of divisions, and also some form of clarity. I enjoy the words, after being scattered, you bring back your energy. Well, that's my interpretation, but when you try to recalibrate and reharmonize yourself, and I enjoy the words circulation and revitalization the most on this card at the moment. So let's look at tarot right away. I want to get one card to associate here with the first one. It's kind of three. I say kinda because the first one that came out was this one, and then two decided to fall, so we'll take everything. The first one is the Page of Pentacles, Valet de Denier. Let me look at the other ones. Another Page of Cups with the Three of Wands. It's interesting because it speaks of circulation, right? You could think that these are all messages and words and, going out to all kinds of people everywhere. And it's pretty accurate because you have two pages, so you're really disseminating information here. You're, either messaging people, you're definitely quote unquote wide open when it comes to, it's like opening up your channels, right, of communication and of, I want to say, interaction. With the, also Three of Wands would be what's coming in, right? So instead of like being maybe emitted, maybe you're receiving, but I feel it goes both ways, especially because we have 2 pages, so it could really be a back and forth. And also the number 3 here indicates that there's more than just these 2 pages, so it's showing a much vaster network of information flowing. But it's the incoming is really, really strong, actually more than the output. So that's really beautiful. And that's from the 3 of Wands, right? And yet, the messages you could be receiving are maybe not arriving today, because we do have the 3 of Wands, which means it'll be a little further out for you in a few days, maybe 3 days, maybe 5 if I count the 2 pages and add them up to the 3. So between 3 to 5 days at the most, but 3 sounds, or even 2. But enough play on numbers and try to guess. Let's pull the tarot, some more tarot, I should say. So mainly these messages could be a lot of concern, you know, a lot of very well-intentioned feelings, people that care for you, that are actually asking you how you are, wanting to know what's happening, etc., etc. And other messages are about maybe offering you an opportunity or spending time with you, invitations per se, but of a more platonic nature, obviously. But that would be geared towards particular subjects that of interest to you, like that people would know. 3 of Wands just literally showed itself. This is amazing. This is coming in, I want to say, in 3 days now. I mean, it's kind of like hard to go around it, right? At the moment, with double 3 of Wands here, but it's really coming in. At least you're expecting it so much, right? That's the other thing. It's like you're longing for this. You want this. I think it has to do with what I was saying and these words about harmony, that you're trying to recalibrate yourself, right? These messages are like food to you, food for your soul, food for, you know, thought, because we do have the 2 types of pages. So one is for soul, one is for thought. You really need it. It's like, it feels like you've been having a drought and you're really, really thirsty here. So maybe you've output yourself some messages about your own needs. It's possible, but really this is an incoming message more, or incoming messages with an S. But they will, these messages will soothe you, like they will really appease you and fulfill you. It's beautiful. It's a very positive message here. Okay, this is interesting. The cards won't necessarily readily fall out just now out of this deck. I'm just going to put it down temporarily. I might not even come back to it. I don't know. I'm going to use something else. Please show us maybe more of the feeling side of the messages, as well as the more, I guess, professional side of the messages. Please, Spirit. Crown chakra. That's beautiful. This would definitely point to like what's more on the feeling level. I feel You're totally lit. Your crown is lit. You're connected. This is why, this is about dissemination, and that's why it's all about messaging, right? This is a strong, strong, strong ability to, I want to say, communicate silently, which is really strange to say, but I mean, through your crown chakra, you could be using telepathy or some form of astral projections, somehow making yourself felt through feelings with this Page of Cups. So that's a definite possibility. Some people don't believe in that, but I mean, to a degree, it's using the psychic bonds, or at least the psychic network, wavelengths, whatever you want to call it, to carry the messages, And so it colors them, like the nature of the messages are very subtle, extremely subtle. It's beautiful. This is very subtle. So you'd have to be attuned, you'd have to be someone that's very sensitive, probably an empath here would only really get this kind of level, right? I mean, we all get some hits, right? So I mean, it doesn't exempt anyone who's not a full-on empath, but you know what I mean. Like, I guess what I'm trying to say is it'll be even more obvious for empaths to pick up on those messages. Please show us, like, maybe the more professional messages, or the more down-to-earth ones. You get a couple cards, actually. I'm going to keep all three. I think there's a reason 3 fell. So the first one, because it's turned up, says accelerated motion. Accelerated motion. Which is the equivalent, when you think of it, of the 8 of Wands in Tarot, which means it's huge communication, right? Like fast, quick, multiple messages coming in, going out. But usually the 8 of Wands, as you see these arrows, it feels like they're, again, the same motion coming in more than anything. Spiritual union, which is the equivalent of the 2 of Cups, which is love messages. And let's see what this is. Firm foundation, which I believe is something like the 4 of Wands here, which is another commitment card. But if it's not this equivalent, it's still a very strong, sturdy, welcoming, who doesn't welcome stability in their life to a degree, right? Unless you're totally averse to it, but that's pretty rare. To a degree, we all need structure, and even if it's just through your system, value system and belief system. So there's, as much as I wanted to maybe tell you that you'd be receiving a professional message, it's all about love. The one thing that's different, though, is I feel there's an offer of commitment being proposed here on the Page of Pentacles. Like the offer is concrete, and that's why it's Pentacles. Versus like this subtleness here of the telepathy or the feeling-based I mean, don't get me wrong, this is feeling-based as well on this side, but it's a different quality. I guess I'm over-explaining it. I'm hoping you can sense the difference between a very spiritual, high level form of communication, the type that is just appearing in our world, or at least is better known at this point, and I think that people are quite interested in learning and developing, and I think that's the future. That's truly my opinion. And sorry for bringing it in, but I mean, I think there's something incredible about even mentioning this, because for those who follow tarot, I think it is a reality, or at least something that they consider possible. So I'm not afraid of stating that. I don't mind stating my opinion in this case. But either way, we are looking at a love offer, a commitment offer, and it's coming in really, really fast. It feels like it's as fast as this comet, right? It's gonna be like shooting at you, and yet the Three of Wands shows some waiting still, but like I said, I feel it's within 3 days. There's going to be movement, and if it could even be 6 days if you add the 2 3s together, right? So either way, you know, as much as I'm trying to give timing, each time I give too much of a precise timing, then I want to retract. I sort of want to retract myself, because then, you know, it might not happen within that time frame. But let it be said, 3 to 6 days, and then we'll see. Anyways, this is beautiful in terms of first of all, the quality of the message, or the nature of the message, being told that, you know, there's love twice, by the way. If you think the Eight of Wands is the arrows of love, and I say Eight of Wands because this is the equivalent, but you can tell that someone is really wishing for something that is of the utmost, I don't want to say importance, but something that they would have really wished for a long time, something that they almost expect again. It's like, look at her, she's looking at it, but you could almost maybe think that she's looking at it the same way that this character is, you know, just waiting for it to show up. Knowing that, you know, you can just look up to the sky and it'll come. It'll be there for you. Sorry for the glare, guys. Anyways, I think I've said enough, and the message is very clear. I just want to say there's an incredible volume of messages as well, right? It won't be just one person telling you that they care for you. I think there's a lot of people that are going to extend themselves to you. But one specific person, of course, with whom you have a very, very, very strong bond, a very psychic bond. Hence why you have the subtle communication on the side as well, right? It's twofold. And this offer is definitely an offer of commitment. It's a relationship. Someone really wants a future. They want to establish themselves with you. They're going to make it known in a uncompromising way, right? So that's the message for the day. I'll see you soon. Like I said, this is like a sort of an experiment, so I might do this daily, I might not, but let's just take it from here. No pressure from me, and no pressure on you either for showing up daily. So enjoy your day. This is the beginning of the week, so hope you have an amazing rest of your week. Bye, guys.